and fair day to you all. Welcome to the debut episode of our podcast, Ginsomnia Nights. I am your host, M. Jack Pacheco, and I am a writer, director, and musician. Joining me as my co host is Matthew J. Pelayo, also a fellow writer and director. Ginsomnia Nights is a talk show we have created with our very dear friends Andrea, Lorenzo, Paula, Lee, Carl, Isa, and Colleen, which will be about conversations with fellow artists and just about anyone from all walks of life, really, on art, philosophy, love, life, pain, music, faith, and just about anything in between. And Ginsomnia Nights is actually named after a poem I once wrote entitled simply Ginsomnia, about wistful conversations with oneself over gin and heartache, about longing, aching, searching for moments, for someone, searching for connection, for people. Which is why I suppose this show is aptly named. But more on that further on down the road. I caution you, we might get serious, or not. We might get loud. We might get awkward. We might even get offensive. But for the most part, we are just a band of 20 something friends getting together in meditation and drink. Together we are Padayon, and we are Jack's Collective. To my right, or to my left, I suppose wherever you're standing, is my co host, Matthew.
I'm not in your right or your left.
Yeah.
I'm in your head. Hi guys, I'm Matthew. I'm in Jack's head.
Alright,
I'm
and
the person inside Jack's head. Just kidding. No, also the co-host of this podcast. Well, not technically. I'd rather call myself as the mediator or like ang
Matthew
tawag
the
doon.
Mediator.
Alam niyo yung show na na face to face.
Face to
Alam mo yun?
face!
Oh, hindi. Oo, ako si Abby Austria, gago. Favorite ko yon legit. As in, anong tawag dun sa yung, yung tatlong tagapayo, gago. Sobrang
Yung trio
gago.
tagapayo,
Oo,
men.
trio tagapayo, putang ina. Anyway. So,
Back to Face to Face! And for tonight's guest,
hoy, trademark yun. Bawal natin sabihin yun.
no copyright infringement intended.
Yes.
For tonight's guest, we have Mr. Gi Ilagan.
Hi guys, good
Napaka-formal
evening.
Would you care to introduce
Hello,
yourself?
Mr. G. Ilagan. Anong gusto mong
Hi, kumusta
itawag
kayo,
namin
guys?
sa'yo?
G na lang.
G. Hindi, may sinabi sa akin si Jack kanina eh. So, since,
Ano yun, tol?
since si Jack siya, ikaw daw si Jill, gano'n.
Oh, solid
No,
yun.
because like the first time we met, you said your name was Jill.
I mean,
Yeah, right. I remember.
technically, his
Yeah,
name
it's-
is kinda like Jill. So, di ba, ang ganda.
Yeah, because like my first name is like Jilan. So,
Oh, exactly.
yeah, some people call me
Diba,
Jill.
Cat Whore pa
Oh,
yata
diba?
yung nagkakilala
So,
tayo. Like, oh,
I'm
Jill.
here
Oh,
with
man.
I'm here with Jack and Jill right now, gano'n. Went up a hill and fetched a pail of water.
Alright, so I suppose, introductions. Like, sino ba kayo? Anong ginagawa nyo dito?
Ayan, who goes first?
Ikaw na Jill.
Yeah, since you're the guest.
Okay, so,
Since you're our guest for tonight.
ayun, basically, I've met these people through way back college na Jack was like, I've been classmates with him for I guess first year ba ata
O
tayo.
nga pala,
doon.
lahat pala tayo, ABD film dito.
Oo, ayun.
Saan kayo naging nagkaklase ni Jack?
So, first ata kami naging, like, we've met in a religion subject pa ata, men, no?
Gago. So, hindi pa
religion subject
majors.
pa.
904 yung
Mm,
classroom.
hindi pa.
904.
Oo, men.
Alalang
Yeah, I remember that.
grabe. Ano yung subject? Dinarel?
Hindi, yung last ata yun. Yung last, ano ba yung last?
Ano ba yung last? Wait lang. Bebstar?
Last, I think, was doc film. Kasama natin si
Cat
Joshua.
War. Cat War yung last. Shit.
Oh, yeah.
Alam na alam ko, gago. Ano ba yun?
Ayun, so yeah. And now, ayun.
Di kayo naging
Quarantine.
magkaklase sa film ni Jack before?
No,
Sa
higher
subject.
batch si Jill.
Ah!
Oo nga. Ayaw nga pala, yeah. Feeling ko kasi, parang lahat ng tao sa film, parang,
114.
alam mo yun. Oo.
Magkakakilala.
Oo,
Or
magkakilala. Or like,
technically
diba?
114 ako.
Oo. I really.
Technically
Okay.
114 ako. It just so happens siguro na transfer yo. So,
Yeah,
medyo
same.
may
Ako
mga
din
na-credit sa akin.
Ganun. Pero yung ID
Kaya,
number mo,
loan ako.
114.
Yeah. Originally,
Okay,
114 ako.
gets.
Pero tropa mo sila Mira, diba? Si
Oh, yan. Thesis partner ko yan, si Mira.
Real Mira of She's Coming Home.
Tatang Mira.
Oo,
Yeah.
yan. Si Papa Mira.
Ano yung thesis nyo?
What's the title of that? Si Lakbo. Kasabay
Wait.
namin...
Yeah, wait. Napanood ko. Familiar yung title.
Parang kasabay namin sila, sina Team.
Oo, yeah. Oo.
Horton.
Nice.
Yeah, yung funny film. Like, what's the title of that?
Santa Nena.
Yeah.
Asan tayo na? Yun yung,
Yung-
yun yung
good
pelikula
one.
na sobrang pigang-piga sa Cine
Alam
SB.
alam ng lahat ng films ulit yung Santa Nena. na
Sobrang
yun.
pigang-piga
Totoo
sa
naman.
Cine SB yun eh. So anyway,
Yun nga.
yun nga. Back to introductions ulit. Hindi pa pala tayo tapos.
Kanina, alam mo, magkakakilala na tayo. Ba't pabuot ulit? Si Jack nahiya.
No, I mean like,
gago.
for the audience lang, for the audience.
Okay, so, ayun, after college, supposedly, yung plan ko talaga is like, to go to ad agencies and like work for ad agencies. Kaso, parang, opportunity comes na parang, may mga nag-offer sa akin ng mga freelance gig na, I get to, like, produce, direct, and, like, do everything. So, doon ako nag-start. Tapos, parang eventually, dumami siya ng dumami na parang, yun na yung naging stable job ko at least until now. Parang since 2017 hanggang ngayon.
So,
Tapos,
nag-ahensya ka
ayun,
pala.
parang luckily, Danes na, bro.
So
freelance.
you've never really
Oh.
worked
Hindi
in
na.
in an agency. Puro ka freelance since you graduated.
Well, I've worked with agencies but not under the, like,
Gets.
yung agencies yung clients ko.
Oo,
Parang
Sa
ganun.
tingin
Naging
ko, lahat
client
naman
mo
tayo
sila.
dito nag-freelance eh. No?
Oh,
I mean,
man. So,
totoo.
Freelance,
gago.
ibig sabihin tumatambay lang sa bahay. At kumakain ng siomay.
Yeah. Freelance artist. Ang sarap ng tawagin na artist ka, pero yung totoo tambay ka.
Alam mo, lahat naman,
man.
lahat naman siguro tayo, yun yung
Cheers,
hangarin.
bro, and drink to that. Yeah.
Maging starving artist, ika nga nila.
Wait, when did you graduate ba? Jill?
2017.
Okay.
So, yun, like, for 3 years, I've been, grinding this. Tapos, yun, luckily, sinuwerte ako.
Grinding, ano ba yung ginagrind natin dyan? Baka naman.
Oh!
Uy, may...
Oh! Actually, meron ako dito ngayon.
Uy, taga Cavite ka, diba? Wait lang, pupunta na ako. Joke.
Anong kape ba yan? Barako?
May curfew nga pala.
Oh, bravo.
Liberica ba yan? Arabica.
Arabica. So, yun. Tapos, yun. Luckily, like 3 weeks ago, parang may nakita kaming apartment na vacant and like, we've decided, tara, move in na tayo.
So magkaka-house talaga kayong prod team?
Sorry?
Magkaka-house talaga kayong mga prod team, ganun?
Most of the people that I'm working with, except Kat, lives within the city lang naman. So, technically, parang ganun.
Ilang kayo dyan sa apartment nyo?
We're 5.
Okay.
Pero syempre, like, laging maraming tao.
Oo.
Mga bisita and shit. Which is very normal.
Pero ano naman yung mga ginagawa nyo? Like, may mga proyekto ba kayo?
Ngayon, currently, may project kami. As you can see, like, someone's editing bay.
Really?
Behind me.
Amidst the quarantine, ha?
Yun, luckily, parang naging staple client ko yung mga LGU dito sa Cavite. So, kahit nung
Ayan, I think
quarantine.
nakwento ni Isa yan before.
So,
diba?
propaganda, gano'n.
Mostly, yeah.
Serious?
Just
Talaga.
Propaganda.
Kumusta
like,
naman?
just to make sure na parang alam ng tao na may ginagawa sila.
Okay, gets.
Para lang, no?
Yeah.
So how do you
Ganun.
feel naman? Kumusta naman ang working for a politician?
Pero kumusta naman yung experience?
What do you mean? Siguro it's different kasi like when you work with LGUs, like local governments or like any government, parang syempre iba yung mundong kinalakihan natin, iba yung pinanggalingan natin, di ba?
Parang
Diba?
may demanding aspect.
not so much, to be honest. Na parang,
May kailangan silang mensahe na sabihin.
yeah, ganun. Na
So,
parang,
parang wala kang creative control masyado, ganun ba?
yeah. And I guess siguro, for the past 3 years, parang feeling ko yun yung natutunan ko na with what I'm doing, at least, like mostly corporate clients, government projects,
Core film.
na parang it's not technically your standards anymore. It's more of like the standards of your clients.
Okay.
So parang you would need to like choke on the idea that this is what you want to do. It's
So para bang
always about
nasanay ka
what they
na
want to do.
palagi sa gano'n? Yung parang hindi ka
Oo.
na creative,
Yun yung ano
nagkakaroon ng panibagong output sa mga projects, gano'n.
I guess so. So parang feeling ko it's kind of the same with agencies right now. Na parang, you know,
Oo, totoo.
somehow ganun din eh, 'di ba? So, ayun, na parang at first nga kaya ako siya ginawa, parang sabi ko sa sarili ko, wala lang, para at least may free will ako to do whatever I want. Tapos parang eventually dun ko rin na-figure out na parang na it's not gonna be like that. Na parang
Yeah.
kung ano yung gusto ng client mo, it's that's what's gonna happen. Na parang sila yung magbabayad sa'yo eh.
Basta may kanin sa hapag.
Basta nababayaran, no?
Oo. Though from time to time, meron din naman akong mga clients na, you know, like who listens, who appreciates whatever it is that you're about to say, na parang kung ano yung suggestions and opinions mo about kung ano yung video na gusto mo. Kung ano yung
Mabuti
message mo.
naman. Kasi
Yung mga ganun din naman.
karanasan ng mga kliyente parang ano eh. No? Akala mo mga bitchesa na ano eh. No? Demanding talaga eh.
Totoo. Pero sa akin naman, siguro yung napansin ko, ewan ko sa akin lang, kung sino yung mababa magbayad, sila yung mas demanding.
Oo, totoo yun.
Totoo yan.
mga pag
Kasi like, iro-rush ka and stuff. Na parang, tayo na, nabili mo ba ako?
nakakain
Oo,
ng
grabe.
sili kung makadada eh. No?
Lakas
man.
maka-demand, barya lang yung binabayad sa'yo eh.
Yan yung sinabi sa atin ni Sir Jag noon na ano, kayo guys, balang araw, magse-sell out din kayo.
Yeah, feeling ko, actually.
Si Sir Jag nagsabi sa'yo, no? Sa akin, ang nagsabi sa akin nun si Miss Rica.
Sabi niya kasi ano, it's the Indian, not the pana.
Yun ang Jag
That's
quote
what I'm
talaga.
trying to...
Yeah.
Yeah, everything with butter is a good thing.
I mean, gets. Hindi, naalala ko na, ang sinabi pala ni Miss Rica sa akin, nun, parang habang bata pa daw kayo, gawin nyo
Gawin lang
lahat
yung
ng
ano.
gusto nyo. Yeah.
Kasi pag matanda na kayo,
Pag tumanda na kayo, magiging sell-out talaga kayo.
dapat sinabi mo sa kanya, Miss Rika, hindi naman porket yun yung nangyari sa'yo, yun yung mangyari sa amin.
Sinabi ko sa kanya yun.
Hindi naman kami katulad
Miss
mo.
Rica, as in, sabi ko may dignity ako, parang, as in, gusto ko maging artist. Tapos ngayon,
Ano sabi niya?
Diyos ko, parang gusto ko na lang ng pera talaga.
Kasi nagutom ka na.
Oo, kasi hindi na mapaya, kasi talagang literal, starving artist.
Nagutom sa
I mean,
pagkain,
may
no?
sense
Nagutom
naman
sa
Kasi
sine.
syempre, I respect them. I mean, lahat din sila dumaan sa atin. Pero, parang nakakalungkot lang yung mindset na gano'n, no?
I guess
Pero-
siguro somehow, we need to learn how to differentiate what projects would bring food on the table and like what projects would bring food on our souls.
Okay.
Kasi ako parang for years, naging struggle ko rin yun eh.
Ano, G?
Oo.
Iba talaga yung gutom
Parang
sa
for years,
pagkain
naging
sa
struggle ko
gutom
rin
sa
yun.
sining.
Na, alam mo yun, na parang as much as you want to create your own stuff, wala ka naman magagawa kapag may responsibility ka eh. Na parang, let's say, magka-family ka or whatsoever.
Yeah.
Well,
Do you
luckily, ako
do you
wala
think
pa.
about that, like having a family, you know, settling down? Because these days everyone
Well,
thinks about that.
honestly, like, with the quarantine, parang napag-isipan ko lahat ng bagay.
Kasi palagi ka
So-
nasa bahay, no?
Oo. So, parang sabi ko, parang feeling ko, yeah, I would come to a point that I would settle. But I don't know when. Na parang, you know, like, it's just a matter of like, parang hindi ako ganun katakot na ngayon, where unlike before.
Di ka
Siguro
natatakot.
it's with the responsibility, I guess. Kasi
Okay.
parang, if there's one thing I've learned, na parang, in terms of responsibilities, regardless if it's like parenthood or like, kahit nga sa sarili mo na parang, you can never be 100% ready about it eh. Na parang, there's always something inside you na magsasabi na, hindi ka pa ready, wag mo muna gawin, hindi ka pa ready.
Bakit ilang taon ka na ba, pare?
Sabi ko na nga itatanong ni
25,
Jack yan.
25,
25. Alam mo ako din, sa totoo lang naisip ko rin naman yung mga ganyan. Kasi pero syempre iniisip ko, nung panahon ng AirPods sa AirMads ko, 21 pa lang buntis na sila sa akin, gano'n, nagpasal na sila.
Totoo, di ba?
Nag-OFW na si AirPods, gano'n. So parang syempre, nilaliken ko rin yung sarili ko sa ganong template. Kumbaga template. Parang, kumbaga may goals din ako na bago ako mag-30, dapat nakagawa na ako ng mga ganitong pelikula. O may pangalan na ako at least. Pero wala feeling ko, iba lang talaga yung henerasyon natin na
Ayun, yun. I truly believe that. Na parang, iniisip ko nga, sabi ko nga, people would always call, or like ako, na parang lagi akong nako-call out na parang, napaka-ikli ng pasensya ko. Na parang na parang gusto ko lahat instant.
yun yung problema sa generation natin. Lahat ng tao ngayon gusto instant.
Instant gratification.
Rides,
I
instant
tried
food,
to root it out kung saan
instant
siya
romance.
galing. So parang, nung naisip ko nga, sabi ko, siguro kasi yung parents natin, masyadong naging mahirap yung buhay nila.
Hindi naman.
Tapos parang yung tendencies nila, like at least for me, na parang, putya, nung ako yung nag-aaral, piso lang yung baon ko, tapos naglalakad
Piso,
lang ako somewhere.
pang chiclet.
Or like, yung
Diba?
ewan ko, yung mga dads nyo ba palagi may sinasabi sila na ang layo daw nung nilalakad nila palagi papunta sa school nila.
Right?
Oo.
Parang, ganun sila. Na parang, they would always tell us na ang hirap ng buhay nila. So parang feeling ko yung nangyari is that because sobrang nahirapan sila, somehow, na-spoil tayo.
Hindi naman.
And because of like
Pero
technology.
totoo, tama. Yun nga yung sabihin.
Parang because of the technology, na parang everything is easier.
Isa lang yung difference If you think about it, there's only one difference between from our time to their time. Ang meron lang tayo, smartphones. Yun lang yung difference.
Yeah.
Pero I mean, from what G is saying, feeling ko nga in a way, because of like let's say technology and smartphones, naging spoiled tayo kasi nga parang
Parang
diba?
sobrang dali di ba? Sobrang
Dali na
instant
lang
ng mga
talaga.
bagay.
Technology was originally intended to make things easier, diba? To make life easier.
yeah.
Pero ang nangyayari, it has made our civilization, our culture stagnant.
Yeah,
Like let's say for the past
True.
2 or 3 decades, look at our culture, our films, our music, our art. Sobrang derivative na lahat Parang kumbaga kinopy-paste na lang lahat
Yeah.
True.
Everyone wants a piece of everything na parang everything is in demand. Kailangan ora-orada mayroong bagong episodya ng Ang Probinsyano. So syempre mababawasan ng production quality. And applied yan sa lahat ng mga bagay, sa lahat ng aspeto ng civilization natin ngayon. Siguro yun yung nakikita kong diferensya.
Diba? Parang it doesn't mean it's easy, it's better Diba? Parang ganun lang. Kasi tayo parang minsan, at least kahit ako ganun ako na parang yung instant gratification, na parang mas okay na sa akin okay ako ngayon kaysa okay ako in the near future. May ganung instant.
Actually.
Siguro let's talk in the sense of kung ano yung familiar sa filmmaking. Let's say for instance, DOP ka kung wari, tapos ikaw gagawa ka ng shot, kailangan mo mag-dolly in. For example lang, ano mas pipiliin mo? I-set up mo na lang mabilisan sa gimbal or mag-set up ka pa ng 2 oras na setup na dolly tracks ka pa ganun. Trucks. Bakit naman?
Yeah. I guess as a DOP or like as as someone who's like really into it, it's more of like the experience, not really. Kasi ako ganun akong tao na parang I don't really care about the result. It's more of the process that really matters to me.
Di ba parang yung
Na parang-
feeling na may pinaghirapan ka.
Yeah. Na parang
Iba pa rin yun Iba pa rin yun.
Kasi mga tao ngayon
Parang-
'di ba mga quote-unquote filmmaker ako pero YouTuber, vlogger ganun. Naka-gimbal ka lang, naka-ring light ka lang, filmmaker ka
Sige,
na.
what do you think about that? What do you think about those kind of people?
Ayoko maging masama kaya sabihin ko no comment.
Okay. Sige, ikaw G, may
siguro
comment
sa
ka.
akin
Pero himayin natin,
Ano ba?
sige, himayin natin. Ano masasabi niyo tungkol?
Okay, that's good. Siguro sa akin, I'm glad that people are like becoming interested with the idea of like filmmaking. But
The idea of film has been diluted into this mix of laziness and ease of use, ease of access na technology. Na parang kumbaga
I agree.
their own
So-
brand of filmmaking is naka-gimbal ka, A7S ka, naka-ring light ka, okay na lahat.
Jason
Yeah.
ano ba, ganon.
'Di ba?
Wedding
Oh.
videographer.
Parang kumbaga everything is formulaic. That's what I would say. Everything's formulaic. Kasi mga ads, mga ginagawa ng mga
Yeah.
quote-unquote millennials ngayon. It's may formula eh. Parang hindi sila nagkakaiba-iba. Wala nang unique, kumbaga.
Okay.
I guess yung standpoint ko is that's I mean I'm glad that people are being interested, but I think they're focusing too much on the noise but not on the signal. In a sense
That's a
na
good line.
at the end of the day, what matter most is the story.
Exactly.
It's not about
True.
like what camera are you using. It's not about the light and stuff. Like
Kumbaga,
I don't know, like
yeah.
it's yun pa rin eh. 'Di ba? Na parang kung hindi ka marunong magkwento kahit anong ganda ng gamit mo.
Bumabalik nga tayo dun sa it's the Indian, not the pana. Diba?
Yeah, yun pa rin, ganun. Parang it's the Indian, not the pana, not the bow. So parang regardless kung ano yung gamit mo, if you know how to tell a story, it's
Kasi ikaw man lang ba, ano ba yung ano mo? Bakit ka ba gumagawa ng pelikula? Para ba magkaroon ka ng 1,000,000 subscriber o views o ano ba?
yun yung misconception ngayon siguro. Yun yung misconception ngayon. Na parang a lot of people wants to have fame, but they don't know what comes with it.
That's not what art is.
Na parang exactly. Like it's different. I guess what they're trying to accomplish is the idea of fame, not the art.
Okay lang magka-fame. Fame is a byproduct of it. Pero the thing is, art is born out of pain and suffering, experience, hardship.
Agreed.
Kung mga sabi nga ni
And I
David
guess
Lynch,
yung-
diba? It's about the doing, not the fruits.
Yeah, exactly. So parang yun nga yung sinabi ko kanina eh. Di ba? Na parang it's more of the process, not the result. And like, I don't know if you've noticed, but most of these filmmakers na parang they don't even know kung ano yung film na parang magpapasikat sa kanila. Na parang it's more of like,
That's the thing.
tara, let's do it.
You know,
let's
I
do
would
it,
like
let's do
to
it, let's
I
do
would
it.
like to posit na yung mga taong gano'n na iniisip na yung gano'n, feeling ko never silang sisikat or never nilang makakamit yung gusto nilang makamit. If you're always thinking of what other people might think about your work, gano'n.
Aha.
Kung lagi kang worried na, ito ba yung magpapasikat sa akin? No, never kang sisikat.
At saka, I don't know if you're familiar with Found Story.
Found footage, gano'n.
Found footage.
Parang
found
sa
story.
docu.
It's like the framework of Brillante, Direk Dante,
Brillante ka nga pala.
Bing Lao.
Yeah.
So
Yun yung parang method
basically
nila.
there's an idea there na parang sinasabi nga nila na parang there's no way you could control whatever your audience is gonna feel or gonna think about your film. Na parang kailangan matutunan natin as writers, as filmmakers na yung proseso parang ano siya parang yung film para siyang paggawa ng baby. Na parang magbubuntis ka ng 9 months like from pre-prod to post-prod. And then kapag nanganak ka na, eventually yung pelikula mo it's a different person itself eh.
Actually,
Na parang-
I agree.
Meron pa rin siyang aspeto na galing sa'yo. Pero it becomes
galing siya sa'yo.
it becomes something else na. You have to accept that.
Na parang
I think
as parents,
I
you
do
would
agree
need
with
to
that. G.
Yeah.
Sobra. Kasi parang
Di ba
if you
parang-
think about it, ang daming mga hindi lang sa film ang daming kahit sa art, 'di ba?
Yeah.
Parang ang dami ng tao na, 'di ba? Alam niyo yung line na ano yun? Separate the art from,
From the
artist.
But
Yeah.
how do you suppose are we to do that?
No, I mean, I don't yun nga parang
Like, kasi for example lang sa pelikula mo, Tarantadong Mundo. Paano mo siya nako, 'di ba? You drew from your own experiences. For example lang kasi from the top of my head.
ito lang siguro ito, ay disclaimer lang Ngayon nga gusto ko nang lumayo dun sa pelikula na yun, honestly. Send ko sa iyo, G, wala lang, para mapanood mo. Pero,
Wait,
ewan
is this
ko.
your thesis film?
Yeah, it's my thesis
Okay,
film.
okay.
Actually, ano yung
It's
sinasabi mo?
a
Matt?
stoner film.
Ano yung sinasabi
I
mo,
was
Matt,
proud
na-
of it at one point. Pero anyway, parang, yun nga, yung idea na you're separating the art from the artist, yun na lang. Kasi parang, let's say sa film, you could apply it to any work of art. Na parang yun nga, na parang once it's out there,
It belongs
parang-
to the wind.
it belongs, how do you say
To the
that?
wind.
It belongs to the wind.
Because where did
Sige.
you get the idea from?
Para
You
siyang
got it
ganun,
from the
di ba?
wind.
Parang yun nga, hindi mo talaga makokontrol yung
Kumbaga,
reaction ng
binalik mo
tao.
lang sa dagat kung ano yung minsang binigay sa'yo.
Oh man, so parang kung as a parent of that film, yung film mo eventually magiging teenager siya eh. Magiging 20-year-old siya eh, na parang gusto mag-rebelde, gustong lumayo.
But
Gets
somehow,
nyo? Na parang
but
nagkakaroon
somehow
siya ng sarili ng utak.
you still have to be responsible for the things you create.
Yeah, of course, yeah. There are things you can control and there are things you cannot control. So it's I guess it's just a matter of like how are you going to live by after making
Ito,
the film.
may naisip na akong example na film The Matrix. Kilala niyo ba kung sino gumawa ng The Matrix?
Wachowski brothers.
They're not brothers anymore. They're trans women na. Alam niyo ba
Yeah, I
yun?
know that. I know that.
Ay, seryoso ba?
Yeah, they're babae na
I'm
sila.
not familiar.
Lily Wachowski na sila.
That's like almost
Anyway,
a decade and a half year old
Yeah,
story.
decade na. 2000 something in the, or 90s ba siya or 2000?
Early
bata
thousands.
tayo.
Early thousands.
Yeah, early 2000s.
Like early
They look
2000s,
so
like
different
3,
actually.
4,
They look so different.
Babae na sila, as in, ang galing. Anyway, sa Amerika kasi parang may nabasa akong article, parang, di ba may mga Democrats and Republicans doon? Tapos blue and red yung ginagamit nila. Parang
May kaliwa, may
nabasa
kanan.
ako na, so, di ba, take the blue pill or the red pill, ganun. Parang, yung Matrix, parang ginamit siya na na parang, na metaphor ng mga nasa right, yung mga conservative, yung mga Republican, yung movie na yun.
You know that for a
Kasi
fact.
di ba yung red pill yung yung parang,
You know that for a fact, Matt.
yeah, ha?
You know that for a fact.
Nabasa ko lang to. Pero nag-tweet kasi si Lily Wachowski, yung mismong creator, na parang
Si
sinabi
Lily.
niya na parang, tangina nyo, wag nyong gamitin yung pelikula ko for your own
Diba?
political shit. Pero parang, anong ba gagawa niya, diba?
Ginagawa,
It's already out there.
it becomes something
Parang,
else.
it becomes something else na talaga. So parang kahit yung mismong creator nagsasabi na parang, wag nyo gamitin yung pelikula ko for your own propaganda. Pero wala, it's out there na eh. It could, parang yun yung idea nila sa film eh, diba?
I think memes as well. It works with memes as well. Di ba? Parang,
Exactly. The meme
It's
culture.
the same
At
thing.
least your film is being talked about, I guess. You're yung takeaway from that.
But the thing is, like, would you agree na, I don't know, but you've heard this, I'm pretty sure you've heard this. Would you agree with the idea na parang, there's no such thing as bad publicity?
Bad
As long as
publicity.
people are talking about your film, it's good for your film.
I think I might agree with that.
Yeah.
Given the
Nag-iisip ako kung
circumstances.
pwedeng, there's no such
Because, like,
thing
I have
as
a
bad
very, very good
publicity.
example of it. Like,
Okay.
what's the name of that? Yung one-shot filmmaker sa Facebook ngayon, na bata.
One-shot filmmaker. Love Diaz. Ay, bata.
No, 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 no.
my
Like,
God.
like,
One-shot
Yung
eh.
yung problematic ba yan?
yeah.
Si Vincent Timens? Siya ba
Yeah,
yun?
yeah, that.
Yeah, Daryl Yap? Yung ba name
Yeah,
niya?
there.
Oh my God, yes. Okay.
So I guess that's an example of it na parang totoo yung sinasabi ni Sir Jack at least before na there's no such thing as bad publicity as long as people talk about your stuff.
Oo,
It-
kasi
At least you're doing
apparently,
something right.
problematic
You've done
lahat ng
something right.
mga videos niya, di ba? Pero gumagawa
Totoo.
pa rin siya ng gumagawa. And apparently may Viva has, di ba, has given him projects and stuff. So parang,
Kahit irresponsible, di ba?
kahit irresponsible
at
yung
times,
get it. So yeah, there is no bad publicity because people are talking about your
But
your
I suppose in the grander scheme of things, ano ba talaga yung hinahanap nyo sa sa craft natin? Ano ba talaga yung gusto nyong gawin? Ma-accomplish?
good point.
Well,
to be
like,
honest.
why do we make films? Muna. Why do we make films? Films muna. Or art in general.
Ako siguro, personally, I like the idea of I'm turning an idea into something na ako yung may gawa na I'm very it's more of in the process na parang it's as if parang like siguro sa ibang tao parang nagbubuo ng sarili mong bahay na parang ikaw yung bibili ng mga hollow blocks, ikaw mismo yung maghahalo
Parang
ng cement,
Minecraft,
gravels
ganun.
and all. Right? Minecraft. Parang it's more of like that for me. Na parang yung sense of satisfaction, yung sense of fulfillment. I get it during the process wherein I need to think if, oh, is this gonna work or not? And then eventually I need to do it. And then I would be, oh shit, pucha, nagawa ko. Na parang yung little stuff, yung small stuff while actually being in the process. I think that what keeps the fire burning inside me na parang, this is something I would wanna do at least for the rest of my life. Na parang, regardless of what would be, my status would be, na parang, it would always still be on the back of my head to do something that I wanna do. Which happens to be like a film or filmmaking at least.
But I suppose where does it stem from? Like, what's the essence of it? Like, why do you make films? In a broader sense.
At first, I'm more of like one of those, you know, film students who just, want to tell a story. Because like growing up, people people always like misinterpreted you and like thought you're like this and like that. So parang for once, I just want to tell my own story. To be in control, to be the one who's going to tell a story the way I want to tell it instead
Yeah.
of like being misinterpreted. I think personally that's how it started for me. Na parang I just want to be in control with what story am I going to tell.
Ako,
And
I
then of
really
course
wanted
like
to write eh.
Well,
Well,
lagi tayong bumabalik sa usapang this and that talaga yun. No?
uh at saka feeling ko yung filmmaking, people who would choose filmmaking over other things, it's those people na parang hindi mo rin sila mahahanapan talaga ng isang dahilan kung bakit nila ginagawa yung isang bagay. Kasi the way I see it, bro, na parang if you have one reason, one exact reason to do stuff, parang mahirap eh. Kasi ako ganun ako personally, not just in filmmaking, na parang I would rather not know the very deepest why am I doing it. Kasi once you know it, there's a tendency na paano pag nawala yun.
Ako kasi tayo mga tao, we take comfort in it drives us, our ignorance of what's to come.
Yeah.
It drives us as humans.
Totoo.
Hindi, pero tayo
So,
namang
parang sa akin,
mga tao, diba? Like, gaya nung sinabi mo kanina, you just wanna tell stories. So, kahit pa filmmaking yan, or music yan, or kahit pa may hawak ka lang na beer, or nakasakay ka sa LRT, may kasama ka, nagkukwento ka, that's it. Gusto lang natin magkwento. Parang, it's basically ingrained to our bones.
I
We're
think yung
storytellers.
medium
We're
na film,
storytellers.
the reason why I chose it is because, at least for me, the way I see it, it's powerful medium eh. It touches lives, it touches hearts, at least it touches it touched mine. Na parang, alam mo yun,
Yeah.
na parang, and kita niyo naman kung anong power ng media. Like, sabi nga nila, diba, he who controls the media controls the people.
Yun nga yung medyo delikado eh. If you control it, you have to be responsible.
Exactly.
Diba? Katulad nga yung pinag-usapan natin
parang-
ng Matrix.
Ngayon siguro, social media na yun, still, diba? Parang, and I guess it's not supposed to be like monopolized by an individual or like a single group. Na parang it's still healthy if maraming opinions, maraming iba't ibang messages or iba't ibang story ay naririnig ng tao. Kaya siguro sobrang naging laking issue nung shutdown yung ABS-CBN.
sobra.
Naka-shutdown pa rin
It's
ba
not
siya
just
ngayon?
simply
Ano ba? Almost 2 months na. Grabe.
Wala na akong balikan, di na ako
It's not
nanonood.
just
Five.
simply about those It's not just simply about those people na nawalan ng trabaho eh. Na parang it's not just
Hindi
like
lang, hindi lang. Kumbaga, parang isang gulong lang yan eh. Magkakasamang umiikot.
I mean, if you're a Filipino, parang it's impossible na hindi mo alam kung anong impact ng ABS-CBN sa'yo. Like growing up or like whatever, from TV and film pa lang, 'di ba? Kaya sobrang ano siya. So, like grabe, ako umiyak ako talaga noon. Parang nakakatakot yung idea pa lang na we're living in a world like this na parang 'di ba? As in paano nangyari 'yun? As in sobrang
Hindi mo ba,
powerful
hindi mo
ng
ba
ABS
naisip,
tapos-
Matt, na siguro nung bata pa lang tayo, kumbaga nahasa na yung ano natin eh, sa media. Kumbaga na-influence,
social conditioning.
na-influence na agad tayo ng media.
Oo, kaya nga totoo naman na talagang parang naging ano, pero at the same time lang naman yung context kasi na bakit pinasara, 'di ba?
Yun nga, that's the thing. Kasi
It's illegal eh.
Kasi media is very
It's
influencing.
powered by ano.
It's influencing.
At
Pero
saka
yeah.
parang regardless if it's like they have valid argument or like legal document to like close it. It's not the issue for me. The issue for me is like people need different choices in like lalo na sa pagdating sa balita, bro.
Totoo. Alam mo bang ang daming probinsya na ABS lang ang
Oh, lalo na at a crisis like this, the TV is our
Oo,
greatest
exactly.
commodity.
Lalo na kayo may crisis na ganito.
It's our greatest commodity.
Diba?
Like information. Sino ba
Tayo, swerte tayo.
like,
Swerte
who
tayo.
can rely on,
Tayo, may internet tayo.
well, who can really rely
everyone
on,
have internet.
who can really rely on news from the internet? Kasi,
Di ba kasi,
more often than not, it's, always influenced by someone else.
di ba yung ABS, meron din silang radio. So, pati yun, nawala yung
Inquirer,
wala.
ABS yun, di ba?
Wala. Hindi.
Hindi ba?
I think.
Hindi.
ba? Okay.
Ano siya, mga Belmonte may-ari na. Yeah.
Okay. Like, Quezon City, Belmonte?
The Belmonte. So,
Okay.
Hindi naman yung pineapple juice.
Del Monte yun.
It's
pre.
Del Monte daw, bro. Del Monte.
Ha ha! The first joke of the day. Gago. Okay.
Pero yun nga yung nakakatakot no? Kasi parang, who are we without our capability to tell stories? Kasi that's how we give each other hope. At a time like this, how would you give hope to someone else far away? Lalo na naka-lockdown tayo ngayon. Through our media, to our films, or music.
Yeah.
Pero, ngayon pa lang na inaatake na yung medium na yun, dapat matakot na tayo. Ngayon pa lang dapat na nating simulan yung makabagong revolusyon ng malayang sining.
I mean, nakakatuwa nga na ang dami pa rin gumagawa ng mga pelikula. Di ba, ang daming mga TV series ngayon na digital na puro parang ganito, nag-uusap lang sila through.
Pero tungkol saan yung tungkol saan yung mga pinag-uusapan nila, di ba? It's about mundane things.
I mean, typical mga TV series na rom-com or whatever. Pero at the same time, simula na nag-quarantine, ang dami rin nagpa-podcast. Hindi lang tayo,
Talaga?
Oo, hindi nyo ba napansin? Ang dami,
Okay,
halos,
bro.
parang 5 na atang kaibigan ko besides dito yung nakilala kong nagpa-podcast na rin. Ang dami.
Talaga?
Which is nakakatuwa. Kasi nga lahat nasa bahay lang. Pati, parang alam mo yun, once, hindi mo nakikita friends mo. So parang, talaga everyone's in their heads. And I think, it's a good thing. Kasi at least, di ba, people
Is it
are
though?
having
Is
a
it though?
conversation.
Is it though? You know, actually, I kind of find it very ironic.
What do you mean?
It's only now that people long for human connection. Kasi before Corona, what did we do? Like, we went to bars, we went to parks, we went to malls, not with other people, but with screens, with our smartphones. Like, mag-iinuman tayo, may naka-phone dyan, may naka-phone doon. Wala nang nagkukwentuhan masyado. Uy, ano ba yan? Mamaya ka na mag-phone. Kapagalitan mo pa. Kumbaga, we took it for granted. So ngayon,
Pero like, I bet, pag naging normal na to, and it will, feeling ko di pa rin magbabago. Lahat pa rin tayo naka-phone habang magkakasama.
Pero alam mo, feeling ko, paano ba? How would I say it? Parang, hindi ko ma-imagine eh. Kasi parang, tayo ngayon, it's more of like, yung problema natin. There's just this thought na parang, nagpass sa akin, siguro, few weeks ago, nung nag-ECQ pa na parang, sobrang baliw na baliw ako, bro. Kasi parang, shit pucha, hindi ako makalabas, wala akong magawa eh. Hindi
Anong
ako
ginawa
sa
mo?
mga kaibigan ko and stuff. Na parang, hirap na hirap ako. Tapos, nag-scroll ako sa Facebook. Tapos, parang, alam mo, wala na talaga akong magawa. Tapos, biglang, doon nag-hit sa akin na parang, people would actually call us privileged. People would actually call us lucky.
Oh my God.
Kasi-
how so?
Yeah. I had that mindset din talaga. Same.
Yeah, parang-
Kung ano yung sinasabi mo. Kasi parang, di ba, parang if you think about in the general scheme of things, ang dami na mas malala talaga. Ang daming walang pagkain, ang daming walang trabaho. Di ba? Tapos parang, and yet we complain.
Yun nga eh, di ba?
Kasi
Kaya nga parang
di
after
lang
nun,
tayo
parang sabi ko,
makalabas.
shit,
Oo, kasi
yung problema
hindi ko
ko.
makita si ganito ganyan, hindi ako makakain ng
It kind of makes you think talaga na yun nga na parang we're not the center of, totoo naman, kasi I feel like hindi lahat naman siguro tayo nagkaroon ng parang idea na gano'n, parang na gusto mong mangyari lahat. Kasi parang you feel like you're the center of the world or something.
Yeah,
Pero
totoo.
ngayon na dahil pantay-pantay tayo lahat, parang gusto mo pa rin yung gusto mong gawin. Pero hindi.
Pero yun yung problema sa tao kasi lahat tayo laging may sabi tungkol sa ganito ganyan. Ang tanong, kailan ba magkakaroon ng ganun?
Ha?
Sorry?
Ano?
Hindi ko naintindihan.
Hindi ko naintindihan.
Hindi ko rin naiintindihan eh. Yun nga yung punto.
Ano to? Bugtok-bugtok. Pakiulit, Jack.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
May sinabi ko, parang lahat ng tao, laging may sabi tungkol sa ganito ganyan. Laging may reklamo tungkol sa ganito ganyan. Ang tanong, kailan ba tayo magkakaroon ng ganun?
Ah. Sorry, hindi magkakaroon sa akin yun.
Malabo ba? Masyado bang
Parang mas malala
malalim
nung
o
break
ano?
mo mabagal.
Wait. Let me try to like
Try mo nga.
comprehend it.
Oo, comprehend
Are you
mo
like trying to say na parang we're always complaining about stuff and like
Oh, about
when is
little
gonna-
things. Kumbaga, about mundane things.
Okay, and
About
then
things that
you're
don't really
questioning
matter.
na parang when will time come that we will like take action regarding those things?
I mean,
Tama ba?
ang sinasabi ko lang, kailan ba tayo masasatisfy sa ganun lang? Sa ganun lang. Na lahat tayo
Okay,
magkakaisa-isa.
that's better.
Na hindi, kasi yun yung rason kung bakit nag-aaway ang tao eh. Kasi lahat tayo iba-iba ang sinasabi tungkol sa ganito ganyan eh. Lahat tayo may sabi tungkol sa ganito ganyan. Kailan ba tayo makakampante sa ganoon lang? Na lahat tayo magsama-sama at sasangayon tungkol sa isang ganoon lang.
I'm sorry, but I don't think it's gonna happen. I'm sorry,
Same.
like
I do.
I'm
I
just-
don't think
I'm
it's
just-
gonna
Medyo,
happen.
medyo utopian notion siya eh, no? Pero I think as long as merong ganun, as long as may pinag-aawayan
always
tayo.
gonna be something wrong with society or like parang 'di ba, nothing's gonna be perfect. Like we all go through shit.
You know, totoo naman, Matt. Kasi the day that things become perfect, I'm gonna kill myself.
Oh, edi
Yeah,
next
totoo
sagot
yan,
mo.
totoo yan.
di
Hindi kasi
ba?
pag everything's perfect, there's nothing to strive for anymore.
exactly, and you're not gonna even look forward into something. You're not gonna
Yeah.
appreciate the little things.
We're not gonna be making art. Kasi wala na tayong, wala na tayong driving force eh.
Exactly. Like there's no voice inside you that would keep on telling you, oh, do this, do that.
Pero kumbaga, sinasabi ko
are you
lang naman,
guys
sobrang
familiar?
daming boses na nagiging chaotic na lahat nung frequency gaya nung sabi mo kanina na hindi mo na ma-distinguish kung ano ba talaga yung importante tsaka yung mga sabi-sabi lang para lang may masabi.
Are you guys familiar with A Heritage of Smallness by Nick Joaquin?
Kilala ko si Nick Joaquin, pero ano 'yun? Yeah, Filipino author.
Ano meron kayo?
So
Ayun.
basically, yung idea is like he's talking about why Philippines is like this. Na parang bakit sa Philippines lang makakabili ng tingi? Bakit sa Philippines lang yung bansa na people is like up 5 a.m. 5 a.m. as early as 5 a.m. and like pagdating ng 10 p.m. pauwi pa lang. Tapos parang they earn less. Kasi na parang we work hard. But the thing is like the problem is yung term na isang kahig, isang tuka. Na parang
Freddy Aguilar.
so parang yung idea is that masyado daw maliit mag-isip yung mga Pinoy. Na parang tayong mga Filipino, ang problema natin lagi, yung kakainin natin bukas. Ang sosolusyonan natin lagi, yung problema natin ngayon, yung problema natin bukas. Na parang we always tend to settle with the band-aid solution with our problems. Na parang
Yeah.
nasira yung kotse mo, papaayos mo instead of like, I don't know, bubili ka ng bago. I mean, it's a stupid example, but you know, na parang when he tried to root it out, it's more of like, sabi nga niya, I guess, sabi niya, na parang naniniwala siya na it's somehow geographically naapektuhan din tayo. Kasi 7,107 islands, which means 7,100 different cultures or like different dialects. So, yung sense of oneness nung
Nawawala.
nation natin, nawawala. Like, never, hindi nga nawawala eh. Never siyang nagkaroon. Kasi, from the very start,
Hanggang ngayon.
parang
no?
hiwa-hiwalay na tayo eh. Di ba? Parang, iba yung culture sa Visayas, iba yung culture sa
Totoo yan.
sa Manila.
Pero if there's one uniting force, siguro, I think doon talaga pumapasok yung storytelling natin. If I believe in something, I believe in that na it's our stories that will unite us.
Yeah.
You know, in closing, I would like to paraphrase a quote from Isaac Asimov. He once said that these individual stories that we tell each other, they might seem less important to the blinder critics of today, but they are important to our salvation if we are to be saved at all.
Nice.
Nice. Nice.
Ako din may quote. Ano pala to? Ano pala to? Ang tawag doon.
Quotable
Actually, wala
quotes.
akong
Name
quote
that
eh.
quote.
Oo,
Ganun.
maghanda ka, G, mag-isip ka na. Joke. Ano to?
Hindi naman sinabi.
Folk battle pala to. Hindi, isang maiksi lang. Favorite author ko, si Joan De Dion, about stories din. Sabi niya, we tell ourselves stories in order to live. And I think that's beautiful. Totoo. Na parang like, di ba?
I suppose it's just us trying to seek meaning in a world where there's no meaning.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. That's all the time we have for tonight. Siguro,
G.
siguro Matt, kung may
Thanks,
kakot
guys.
ka, next episode na lang. And once again, thank you, Mr. Gi Ilagan. Thank you. You have been,
Thank you, guys.
You have been wonderful, and I have been your host, Jack. Matt Q.
Bye.
Bye, guys. Thank you.